Hello, so today let's talk about how does a poor posture affect your breathing. Now, as an executive mom juggling a demanding job, young kids, and the constant stress, you already know how poor posture can lead to neck, back, and nerve pain. But did you know that when you are sitting in a poor posture or a slouch posture, it can also affect your breathing? And to a certain extent, it can affect your circulation as well. Now, this may be contributing towards your low energy levels, your fatigue levels, your lack of focus, and basically all the problems that we face in terms of brain fog and low energy levels as a mom. Now, in today's video, let's discuss how a poor posture can impact your breathing patterns or the way you are breathing and then lead to all these problems that I just discussed. Sorry, that I just mentioned. All right, so before we get into the topic for today, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Swati. I'm an executive mom power coach. I help moms of younger kids who work in high stress executive jobs to manage their spinal, that is back and neck, and nerve pain. And I do this by giving you simple exercises, some easy lifestyle modifications, some tips and tricks that have helped me in my own pain journey and also my adrenal fatigue journey. Now, adrenal fatigue, if you're not familiar, is a term that is used to describe very low energy levels to the level of exhaustion and also brain fog or lack of focus, which are two very common problems faced by mums, whether it is a new mum or a mum of a toddler or even younger children. So I do all of this without taking away a big chunk of your time because, hey, we're moms, we're busy people, right? So let's get into the topic for today, which is how does a poor posture affect your breathing? Now, usually, we overlook the importance of proper breathing because this is an automatic mechanism that goes on in our body, but it is a very essential part of our overall well being. Our modern lifestyle promotes more sedentary, our modern lives promote a more sedentary kind of lifestyle, and this contributes towards a poor posture. We are always in a flexor dominant position or posture where we are doing everything in front of us and there's hardly any activities where you actually open up or you're more into extension, so which is a part of our lifestyle, yes, but we also need to be aware that these are sometimes they take over our lives in such a way that we tend to be more into poor postures. Now, what happens when you have a poor posture? You tend to slouch your shoulders, forward head. And when you have this, okay, so look at the muscles in the front of my neck here. Do you see how they are elongated as compared to if this is the length of my muscle compared to this? The muscles have to be elongated, they are weaker. When I'm slouching like this, these muscles in the front are tight, short, and the muscles in my upper back and neck area, rather my upper back area, are elongated again and weak. So they're not able to perform at their maximal efficiency here. Now, a major muscle of respiration, let's move down. So, a major muscle of respiration is your diaphragm. The diaphragm is dome shaped or a big mushroom shaped muscle that is sitting between your thoracic and your abdominal cavities. So, I'm going to give you a little bit of scientific terms here, but I'll try and explain it as simple terms as possible. So, diaphragm is sitting below your lungs. Now, what happens is when you breathe in oxygen, your lungs expand, your diaphragm moves down, and the muscles in between your ribs, which are also known as the intercostal muscles, they need to contract and expand, right? So muscles do that, they contract and they expand. Now what happens is when you are breathing in, your diaphragm is moving down, it's pushing down on your abdominal organs, and there is more space, so there's a negative pressure that's created in your lungs and there's more space here, so you breathe in the oxygen. Now when you're breathing out, what happens is the diaphragm moves back up, the cavity, the lungs are, well, for lack of a better term, to make it more simple, the lungs are squeezing the air out and you breathe out your carbon dioxide. So this is a very, very simplified version of what goes on with your breathing, with your intake of O2, that is oxygen, and carbon dioxide coming out. Now, what happens is when you are in a slouch posture, try this yourself. Try and take a deep breath when you're slouched like this, as compared to when you're sitting up. So you'll see the instant difference. Of course, it's easier for you to sit up and breathe in a good posture as compared to this. Now, what's happening here is there's a lot of compression on your abdominal organs. On top of that, when you're breathing in, your diaphragm is trying to press down on those already compressed organs. Do you see how diaphragm is not able to expand completely? The thoracic cavity is not able to have that space for the lungs to expand. So of course, if you're going to be sitting in a slouch posture, and we're not talking of one-off posture, we're talking about a habitual posture here that you're doing day in and day out. And this is just the sitting part that I'm talking about. So of course, there's standing and sleeping as well, but we're not addressing that today. So even yeah, so going back to what I was saying is, when you're trying to breathe in that slouch posture, do you realize how you're not able to efficiently breathe because of that change in the length tension relationship of the muscles, specifically for your neck muscles and your upper back muscles, and of course your chest intercostal muscles, and then the role of the diaphragm where it is not able to function at an optimal level. So what can you do about this? Of course, you need to change your posture, but then it's easier said than done, right? And oh, yeah, another thing that I forgot when I'm looking at my notes here, uh, the restriction that we have, not restriction, but the inability of the diaphragm to expand fully will also affect the workload on your heart, because it's sitting in the thoracic cavity. Again, when you're slouched like this, of course it's going to exert more pressure on workload pressure onto your heart, right? So not like a physical pressure, and it'll lead to elevated stress levels in the body. And obviously, when you have elevated stress hormones such as cortisol, the stress hormone, it can cause more issues that are related to anxiety, weight gain, high blood pressure. I mean, this is not a natural given for every single person, but this is a possibility that can happen. So you see how poor posture is not just linked to your neck, back, or nerve pain. It can have a lot of other repercussions. It can lead to a lot of secondary issues in the body. So I hope that was a useful explanation for you. Now, what can you do to improve your posture? Of course, you need to sit in optimal, good posture, but it's easier said than done, as I said earlier, to change your posture to a good one. You can use posture correctors. There are a lot of exercises you can do. You can do a lot of postural correction exercises as well, a lot of strengthening for your upper back, a lot of core control exercises, etc. Now, I'm not going to go into those, otherwise the video today will become too long. However, if you are interested in knowing where do I start when I want to head from a poor posture, or if I'm not sure if I have a poor posture towards a good posture, I have made a free guide for you. I will leave it in the blog that I have written on the same topic. You can find that blog in the description of this video. If you're watching me on Instagram, the link will be in my bio. If for any reason you can't find that blog, just message me and I'll send it across to you. Alrighty, so I hope this was a useful explanation for you, and you understand now that poor posture can lead to a lot more than just spinal and nerve pain. And of course, that can lead to a lot of secondary complications in the body. And hopefully that's motivation enough for you to head towards a good posture. So it's never too late. Even if you can't correct your posture 100%, of course, you can work towards a good posture, and I'm here to help you. I have, just to add, I have gone from a completely slouch posture to sitting in a good posture. And of course, it's a journey that I still sometimes fall back on, but it's a work in progress. Alrighty. If you have any questions, any comments for me, do let me know, and I'll be happy to help you out. All right.